Hey, it's David. There's times when working on your Bandit that you'll need to take the tank off. Things like playing with the carbs, getting to the coils, taking the cylinder head cover off so that you can do the valve timing to change the air filter, although you can get to that, or the fuel filter. So lots of reasons why you might do it, but it's pretty easy to do. And we start very simply by taking the seat off. With the seat removed, the only thing that's holding the tank on are these two small 10mm bolts at the back of the tank. There's a cross member on the frame and the front of the tank hooks under that, so we need to slide it back. With the two bolts removed, we can simply pick up the back of the tank and then slide it backwards. And once we've slid it back, the tank is free. We can then work on the underneath of the tank and disconnect all the hoses that connect the fuel tank to the frame. We want to be able to tilt it up so that we can reach underneath and disconnect things. If you've got a nicer bike than mine, you might want to protect the frame by getting a towel and tucking it underneath the tank, but on the other side of the bike. Because what we'll do now is just to lift this up and if we move it carefully we can free up the fuel hose, which will give us much more room under the tank. But this is a point to be very careful of. When you come to reinstall this tank, you need to be very careful that you tuck this fuel hose back down out the way, because it's very easy to end up kinking it. If you do that, you'll find there'll be no fuel getting through to the carburetors. So when you put it back on, make sure you carefully tuck this fuel filter, which will get caught on all the cables, down and out the way. But to disconnect is quite simple. I'm lifting it up a little bit extra so you can see what's going on. Starting from the back, what we've got is we've got two vent hoses. They're different sizes, so you won't mix them up, so don't worry about that. And you can just pull them off. Here we've got the connector for the fuel sender, so you just press the tab and that'll disconnect. On the fuel valve here, you've got two pipes. You've got the fuel pipe and you've got the vacuum pipe. And the vacuum pipe will just slide off. For the fuel pipe, you'll need a pair of pliers. All you do is to get the pliers onto these clips and then you can move the clips out the way. Now I find it's easiest to work on this one, on the fuel tap, because that gives you something to pull against. So if you pull the clip off, you can then pull the fuel hose off and then the tank is free to come off. But before you take it off the bike, have somewhere to put it. Because of the fuel valve and this dent here, this is not flat. And if you just put it on the ground, this is going to be sitting on the ground and you're going to damage the fuel valve. So what I like to do is I like to prop it up. Just get some wood or something under this end so that it'll sit on the back of these mounts and not get damaged. With the fuel tank removed, you've got full access to do all the servicing work you need to do on the bike. So you've got access to the air filter, to the fuel filter, to the coils, to the AIS unit, and down here you've got access to the cylinder head itself. So here we've got the fuel hose, which this connects to, and on the bottom we've got the vacuum line that goes down here, and here is the hook that needs to hook under the rubber mount there. So I'm going to bring it forward far enough so vacuum line, fuel hose, and you'll need to put the clamp back on. To make sure that doesn't come off. Fuel tank sender. Now there's a big hose and a little hose, so you can't mess them up. I'm going to come round and double check those because I can't see them from here. And then just get it down there. Work it further forward. And bolt it back down. And that's it. Job done. And that's all there is to taking the tank off and putting it back on again. It really is quite a simple job, so good luck with it.